So type tool is here, the T, letter T, and then type panel, let's see, window and type and character. And all these things, I think they're just group panel. So let me just bring out the character. Okay, so as you can see, there are group panels. So panel group, so the paragraph and open type, they're all available here. Just go window and type, they're all here. And you have some options, so you can do show options. So more options here. Again here, hide options, show options. Okay. Now let's type something. Okay, just select the type tool and then click anywhere, right? And it's already like ready to type. So it's highlighted and it's ready to type. So I can say Monday Illustrator class. Okay, so it's still blinking. The cursor is still blinking. Now, if I want to, you can just hit enter and is fun. Like this, right? So you can hit enter to go on to second line. The cursor is still blinking. Now, if you want to move this thing, let's say move the cursor, then you should use the arrow keys. Okay, left and right, or up, down. If you want to move the whole type, line type, then you have to select selection tool and then move the position. Can you try up to this point? Like just go to window, type, bring out the panel, and then bring out the options, hide options, show options, and then type something, and then change the line. So window, type, character. Okay, and then it's options, hide options, show options. Okay. So now you have type of font that you can use, right? So I'm gonna change it. You have all the preview, right? So let's say this one. Right, that's type, and then within type, let me select another one. This probably. So like this type font has different. Never mind. Hang on. Okay, so this shows. Let's say this type has a different weights available. Like Arial, it has a regular, italic, bold, italic, different weight or style. You can just select that, and then you can select different style underneath, from underneath. So I'll just do bold. So this is the font, and then font style. And then this is the size of the type. So you can do, bigger, smaller. Also, you can just type that in, 18 point, and you can just hit. You don't have to type PT. Whatever number you put in, it will just recognize as a default unit. Just hit tab. It's 18 point. Now the type unit, I don't know if you remember, but it's under preferences, and then you can go to general, Command K or Control K, and then go to type, and then here you have some options for type. Okay, and the units is under here, and then type. I have it point, so it shows PT point. If you change it to pixels, then it will change to px, I believe. So, but it doesn't matter. It's probably the same, and let's just keep that points for now. And then when you're while you're at it, we'll talk about it in a minute. But this size, leading, tracking, baseline shift, I have it set 1 and 10, 1. You can change it later. So you have some of the options here. Let's say this option, type object selection by path only, right? It's unchecked right now. So just make sure that you uncheck it for now. And then you bring your pointer mouse towards the type. Now you know how it highlights the underline. So although it's not selecting the path, it's already kind of highlights the path and it's ready to be picked up. So you just click on it and you can just move. Now go back to preferences, and then that's general, and then type. And then if you check this thing and then unselect that, and then if I move it over, it's the same thing. But it highlights, however, I can, even if I click on it, I can't select it. So what it does is I could only select by path only. Either case, sometimes it's convenient. So, in different situations. So that you just have to kind of know that's under the Illustrator preferences, type object selection by path only. I'm gonna have it unchecked for now. Now, show font names in English, you can check or uncheck depending on the type of language fonts you have. And enable in menu font previews is it shows your font names in that font. Depending on the computer, it may slow down the application, but I think it's okay. Number of recent fonts is the more you, let's say, I just use the Arial, right? And then if I try to look for it, there's this top section, right? There's a light gray line. Top section, it is most often used font. So Arial is all the way down, but since you used it, it'll just have it. It's like a recent document kind of thing. So it's convenient, but if you have, let's say, if you're trying to pick up font and then it gets really, really long, then it would be, it's kind of inconvenient. You have to scroll all the way down. So you might want to just change the setting depending on your need. Let's go back to type. I think that's pretty much it for now. And then just make sure that it's 1, 10, 1 for now. And units, we're using points for type. Okay. So now we are here again. So this is the size and the style, the font name, the font style. Now this one is line spacing, leading. So this is the space between the line, this line, and this line. Okay, that's called leading. So all the types have something called the baseline. So that this is the baseline. The path happens to be on where font's baseline is. So that's baseline. and this baseline and this baseline, the space between is 21.6. You can just, if you set it auto, then it'll just set it about 1/3. Let's say, wait a minute. So it'll add about like 1/3 or something. No, it's not even 1/3. It's less than 1/3. But yeah, it will just add whatever the number based on the font size. Like if I increase it, then it'll increase the lettering size. But sometimes, depending on the design that you are going for, you might want to change the lettering size, right? So that's a line spacing. So let me just go back to, let me just change the line space line here. So if I want to edit the type, click on the type tool and then click and then hit enter. Okay, and then go back to selection tool. This. Now you can just kind of see the leading. Now the leading, let's see. Is that it? Okay, so Command Option or Control Alt, hold down, and then if you use arrow key up and down, then it's the shortcut for it. Is it? Okay, so Command makes it, let's see, it's about jumping about 5 points. If you just hold down Option only, then it'll be about by 1 point, which is what you set here, size and leading. So let's say if you set it 2 points, like the default, and say OK, and then hold down Option, and then move the, like click on the, hit the arrow keys, then you can see it goes up by 2 points. That's only Option. And if I hold on Command Option, then it's now double the amount. So it's 2 by 5, so it jumps 10 points. Not that it matters so much. I think, Option and up and down arrow should be fine to change the lettering. That's a keyboard shortcut. Okay. This, let's see. Like this, you don't want to do that because it's going to distort the font. Are you talking about type box like this, click and drag type box? Or, okay. So I didn't go over this yet. So those of you who did just the click and type, by default you will have a path, right? This is just the path. And this, on the other hand, it's a type within a box. So how is it different? It's, if you have a type tool selected, right? And then if you click and drag it out, then you can draw a text box, right? And you can, whatever the font you have, it'll automatically be there. Now, if you want to resize this thing, let's just go back to the selection tool. If you want to resize, then this will resize, right? And this will, I think, oh, this is fine. So if you just click one of the corner or the anchor point, it will just resize without distorting the font.